Hi, welcome to Trista Zigzag. Come paint with me while I do a review on my friend's book. It's called My Journey Back Home by Bradley Dunham. That's him right there. And it is now on Amazon Marketplace. So each day I'm going to give an introduction on my board and learn how to practice on how to speak and actually have the words come out while describing my board game and what it all entails. And I'm also going to do a review on his book. I haven't gotten that far, but I've gotten pretty far. It just doesn't look like it. So from what I'm reading, to me, it entails, how God is always, always there. No matter what we think or how we do, God has a plan, and He puts that plan in motion. And even though we don't see it, and we're like, well, how can that be? Well, God is the greatest painter of all, right? He paints this pretty picture, and He puts in that painting what He wants of our lives. We might mess it up, and we're like, no, I want to do it this way, and then God's like, no, I want it this way. Well, in this book, from the age of 8, his mom was like, hey, let's go, it's time for you to go to church. So she introduced him to church, which introduced him to a lifelong, peers of people that come into his life and that come into contact to help him grow in his spiritual life. Even though he didn't see it at the time, it was there. That love and support was there, even though, it might have been confusing. It might have been like, okay, well, I'm going because my mom tells me to go. How many times people go to church, and I hear it all the time, because, I wasn't one of those people. I saw the church van, and I'm like, tag, I'm going, kind of thing. I just would rather be there than at my house. But that's for another story. He probably didn't feel that way, because his mom took him, and he met some wonderful people, and he met spiritual guides that helped him. And even though when the flesh won, he never forgot where he came from. He never forgot God, and he never once, so far, has not in this book has not blamed God for any of the down stuff that happened to him. Instead, it brought him closer to God. It drove him to be a better person. And even though when his flesh won, he still knew that he had a purpose for his life. That God still had a purpose for his life. Even though he didn't know what it was, even though he was like all over the map, he knew that he had a plan for him. And it might have been just, to get this book out there and for people to see it and people to read it and get different things from it. We don't know. There's different books out there that people, read, and one person might be like, oh, I got this from it. But then one person I got this from it. We're all human beings. We're all going to get something different. I get from it that, God has been in the story from the get-go. He has set these building blocks up for him for every stage of his life, for everything that he's done, for everywhere that God wanted him to go. He was there, and God let him know that he was there, and he never forgot that. And he had spiritual advisors that was there guiding him. And when he did go off track and he had to repeat a grade, that spiritual advisor stepped in and was like, you're going off track. Don't do that. We're not doing that. But he came out of a place of love and respect, and he knew that that's how he was going to get to him. And sometimes in life, that's what we have. And we have people that God put in our life that says, hey, cut that out. Like, I just met mine. She's an amazing woman. whenever I feel like I want to be a sassy little, she corrects me and goes, "You're a woman of God. Don't do that. You got to think somewhere else." I needed that in my life. I've never had that in my life. And it took this long to get one, but I finally got one, and I'm happy. And she keeps me on track, and just like this guy kept him on track. We need people like that in our lives to bring us to our next point in life. And that's what God was doing to him, is he was putting these building blocks in him to help him on his journey. And to me, I think that is amazing. I don't know what else is in store for this book, but I can't wait to read it and to figure it out and to see where else his journey is, because I met him before his car accident, and we worked out in role play together, and he was an amazing man. So I can't wait to see the rest of this book, and read the rest of this book. So come along with me as I continue to read it and give my opinion and review of it. And if you want to follow along, you can order it. Either one. But as always, happy gaming and God bless.